Hey guys, Charlie here with another video cigar review for StogieReview.com. It's a overcast Monday here in Northern Virginia. I'm hoping to finish recording this video before I get rained out. So let's see how that pans out. Today I've got a new cigar. This is Herederos de Robaina, or Robaina. This is a cigar that's being distributed by Gary Griffith of Emilio Cigars, and he was kind enough to give me a couple samples. As is typical with Mr. Griffith, he's playing his cards pretty close to his chest, so didn't have much information he could provide to me other than it's manufactured in Stogie, Nicaragua by American Caribbean Tobacco. I have no idea what the blend is based on, so I told Gary that I would make up some shit. I'm going to say this is Oklahoma broadleaf with Cuban seed Tibetan binder and a really limited edition Liechtenstein Ligero filler. So until I hear otherwise, that's what I'm going to go with. So right, so this is a cigar that isn't manufactured by Emilio or any of the factories apparently that Emilio works for, but he's going to be distributing it. It should be coming out anytime in September now. It was on the store shelves at Delaware Cigar when I was there last month to interview Gary. But yeah, so looking over the cigar, it's a lighter brown color. It's got some sheen to it. It's got a bit of tooth. There are some fine veins. Feels, pretty well packed. There's a bit of give to it, but not much at all. The cap looks pretty clean. So pretty good looking cigar. Pretty basic band, as we've come to know from Emilio. But this really isn't an Emilio cigar. Off of the wrapper, I'm getting a lot of leather and maybe a hint of chocolate. From the foot is more cocoa. There's some earth and maybe some spiciness or some dough or something. Go ahead and cut the cap off here. Draw's not too bad. There's a bit of resistance, but I'm getting some good airflow. Flavor-wise, nothing too much stands out. There's a bit of chocolate, some wood and leather, and maybe a bit of that dough, but nothing too powerful. Go ahead and light this up. So yeah, I'm really hoping I don't get rained on out here. These clouds don't look good, but the radar didn't show anything close by, so hopefully I'm okay. All right. Yeah, if you go watch the interview I shot with Gary last month, he talks a bit about Herederos de Robaina. But not too much information is available. But knowing Gary, over time things will, he'll probably release some more info once we become more familiar with the cigar. I was looking up what Herederos de Robaina means. I assumed Robaina referred to Alejandro Robaina, the famous tobacco grower in Cuba, who died 2 years ago or so. But Herederos apparently means heirs, so this is like heirs to Robaina, which is a nice tribute. First couple of puffs, getting a touch of spice, but not like a strong pepper or anything like that. Draw might be a touch on the firm side, but not bad. There's a good sweetness. Pretty tasty. So I'll go ahead, smoke the third, and then as usual I'll come back, tell you about the first third, second third, final third. So stay tuned. All right, I'm back, chugging right through the first third of my Herederos de Robaina. So this is the second of 2 samples that I've smoked. Whoa, whoops, dropped my phone. The first one burned absolutely perfectly and had a great ash the whole time. This one, I had a bit of a small void by the wrapper that caused a small hole to burn through the wrapper prematurely, which just caused a bit of canoeing. The ash is still holding on pretty good. I'm going to tap it off so that I don't wear it, but the ash was pretty white. So I've had a bit of a crooked burn. I'm going to see if this corrects itself, otherwise I'll touch it up a little bit. But like I said, the first one had absolutely no construction problems whatsoever. Like I said, the draw on this one's a bit snug, but I'm still getting some good smoke out of it. Flavor-wise, there's a pepperiness that has a bit of a tart characteristic to it. To me, that's almost like jalapeno, but not too hot, not heat to it. There's a slight sour note, but I'm not finding that bad at all. I'm actually kind of liking that. There's wood, maybe a little bit of leather. So flavor-wise, not too bad at all. I should mention that the Herederos de Robaina is going to come in 4 sizes. The 5x50 Robusto, which is what I'm smoking. Also a Torpedo, Toro, and Churchill. So I guess I'll just keep on smoking, and then after the second third, come back and let you know how things are going at that point. All right, wrapping up the second third of my Herederos de Robaina Robusto, and I'm happy to say things are going so much better now. The cigar was actually able to self-correct past that burn issue completely on its own without any interference from me whatsoever. Didn't need any help. Haven't touched the lighter since I started the cigar. So burning fantastic now. You can see it's gone from where it was before to a much straighter burn. The ash is sort of a medium gray with a little bit of brown in there. Flavor, I'm getting a much better draw now. Lots of smoke coming out. Flavor-wise, it's transitioned nicely into more of a wood with a sweetness that's building, which is actually pretty nice. I actually like it more than the first third. You know, just like with the first one of these that I smoked, I found that whereas a lot of cigars tend to hit you right up front with a lot of flavor and then take their foot off the gas going into the second third, this one switches that up. It sort of starts slow and builds up in the flavor intensity. So a nice change up there. Weather-wise, things are still holding out. The sun peaked out for a little bit, but now it's gone back behind the clouds. So the only problem I'm dealing with is my neighbor who's mowing his lawn with a nice zero-turn mower, but hopefully you can hear me over that background noise. So yeah, so far things, other than that minor hiccup at the beginning with that burn issue caused by the small void, things are going really well. So I'll continue to enjoy my Herederos de Robaina, and I'll come back at the end and wrap things up, and I'll see you then. All right, getting down towards the end here of my Herederos de Robaina Robusto, and it's absolutely smoking perfectly right now. Draw, fantastic, lots of smoke. You can see that burn, just perfect. Nice white ash, no complaints at all at this point. Flavor-wise, it's really hitting its stride in the final third here. There's lots of leather and wood and a molasses kind of sweetness. There's a touch of twang to it. Just fantastic. Like I said, it's late morning here. It's paired wonderfully with some coffee. Just a fantastic late morning smoke. I'd say it's just under just on the milder side of medium. You know, people have all these different phrases, you know, medium, medium plus, medium full. So I'd kind of call this medium minus, so just under medium in strength. Just look at that ash there, really nice. So, you know, other than that minor hiccup at the beginning, it's been a great smoke. Both of these samples that I've had have been really nice. So again, thank you to Gary from Emilio Cigars for these samples. You should be able to find these, you know, possibly this month in September at retailers that carry Emilio cigars. So definitely worth picking a couple up to try. And yeah, so I guess I'll wrap things up at this point. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.